Well, hello and welcome back to Subsistence. We're still in the month of February, it's -4, but we have liquid water. I'm going to go and get some pearls, I think. And then we can do a bit of a run around looking for lock crates afterwards and get some crafting done. I want to make another solar panel if we can. And by the way, hunters have been switched back on, so it's all going to be good fun from now on. Got to keep an eye out for those hunters. Is that wolf following me? You are. There's a black wolf up there. Let's have a quick look for a locked crate. Just around this area here. As we know, this is a common place for them to spawn. And then we'll go back for that crate. Hopefully the wolf will walk away. And I've got to get used to having hunters back on the map again after a while without them here. But it should be good fun. We'll have to get working on our wall, which means picking up a lot of wood. So we'll do that as soon as we can. We have a plane going over. I wonder if we're going to get a plane crash. We very well might. No idea where it is. Let's grab the wood. Did I see a berry? I saw a berry. Did we need food? No, we're good for food. Okay. Right, let's make our way down to the water. I'll try and avoid the wolves. I think this one's going to come running at us. Yep, he's running. He's chasing. Let's grab some wood along the way. I was going to get that one. This wolf's going to follow me for a while. I think he's stopped. Yeah, but he's still following me, so let's run a little further. And then we'll head into the water. The last thing we want is that wolf to follow us down into the water. All of a sudden, we've got a wolf biting our butt. But anyway, right, we're going to get down here and look for pearls. I've got my diving gear on me. I'm not going to bother with the kelp. Just going to go for the pearls today. Okay, we have a plane crash. Let's do a quick look at the map. Not the best time to do this, obviously, but let's see if we can see any explosion. Over here again. Other side of the river down to the main lake. Okay. Alright, that's not that far away, I guess. We could probably run to that. Right, let's have a look for pearls. I'm not seeing anything so far, which is not promising, but there's always a chance in this deeper water. A couple of pieces of sandstone. Okay, I see my first pearl. Hopefully that's the first of many. Let's go and grab that. We'll just get above it. Save ourselves some oxygen. And so we'll put that on and let's go. God, look at the difference in the visibility as soon as you go deep under the water. Right, so hunters are on. What's everyone's bet on where these hunters are going to build? I think the Silver Birch Forest is a absolute guaranteed build place for the hunters. But I am intrigued as to where people think they're going to build, based on where my BCU is placed, of course. And we have our mining outpost as well, which is another BCU. And I believe they're stopped from building in a radius around those ECUs, so hopefully we won't have anything too close by. But of course, we have nothing in the birch forest, and that is where I run through like almost daily looking for locked crates. So if we have a hunter base there, that's going to be a little unfortunate. There is probably some kind of calculation you can do. I know they spawn in an arc facing out from your BCU. But I don't know what distance anymore, since it changed in one of the last updates, or a recent update. Oh, we're a little bit cold. Right, how many have we got so far? 6, that's not too bad. I need to keep an eye on my temperature. We're going to be burning through our protein. I'm burning through these oxygen tanks by the look of it. But not much good, really. Lots of kelp everywhere. Right, let's get up to the surface. Let me put that back on just for now. I think I'm going to pick up a little bit of wood from along here. And then we'll maybe swim across to that island and then we'll take a dive over there. But I do need to start collecting wood and making planks from that wood. Because we've got a fence to build, so that's going to be important. I might get some wolves, actually. We also need some biofuel. Let's grab the crate first. And this berry, and then I might eat, I think. Is that a, what is that over there? That's a deer in the water. Okay. That was weird. Alright. We have 1 protein bar left, so not great. I've got more back at base. That's not the absolute end. I forgot which key was the crouch button. Oh my gosh. Okay. How many hours do I have in this game and I completely forgot which button was crouch? Oh my gosh. Been taking a little break. You may have noticed that the videos have kind of slowed down a little bit recently. I'll fill you in on what I've been doing. I've not been just taking time off. I've actually been working on improving streams with regards to having a bot that runs in my stream, allows me to trigger certain things and post messages and greet people and all that kind of good stuff. And it's been a very interesting exercise. I've built everything myself. A couple of things I'm still stuck on. But I am looking forward to improving my streams moving forward. Ah, this thing is almost dead. Let's take you out. I think that would be sensible. No, that was a complete waste of 2 bullets there. Yeah, so that in itself has been a really interesting exercise. I like learning new stuff and completely worked all this out on my own. And as I say, I'm very interested to see just how much more I can make it do. Oh my gosh, okay, we need to back off a little bit, let it settle down. I'll go and get this deer, I think. And along with that as well, I've also had a few things going on around the house we've needed to sort out after my water leak. If you saw my posts on my community page on YouTube or on my social, any of that sort of information where you might follow me, you may have seen a post about that. We had a small water leak that went unnoticed for a few days and caused a bit of damage, bit of water damage. It's still not fixed completely, but we've ordered some parts that we need and that's going to be worked on soon. And then, of course, we need to replace what was damaged, and we'll be good to go. But it's a bit of work that... Floor change, for example, floor covering change, and it's kind of kicked off a few ideas of some things we want to do around the house. It's always the way. You start with one thing, that leads to something else, and to something else, and then you're DIYing when you didn't even plan to, so... It's been very interesting anyway, last couple of weeks. Some different stuff going on to the norm. As of time of recording, it's Tuesday for me. We've just had our bank holiday Monday in the UK. The second bank holiday in May. We have one at the beginning of May and one at the end, usually. And Wednesday, we will, hopefully, Sally and I will be back to streaming Schedule 1 for a couple of hours, which will be fun, if all goes well. And I get to test out some of the stuff that I've set up and make sure it works. I've done a bit of testing, but you never can tell until it comes to the actual live, so we'll see how it goes. Hope to see a few of you in chat, maybe. I know it's not the best time for everyone. A lot of my audience are in the US, according to YouTube's analytics. And that does make it difficult. I think it's quite early, the time we stream at least, for a lot of folks in the US. But get yourself a coffee if you can and come and join us for breakfast. Anyway, we've come to the edge of the area here. I'm going to grab the wood I can see. We've got a fair bit of scrap today, that's good. No lock crate. Not that I was expecting one around here, though. Alright, we're good, we're good. Now, in the last episode of Subsistence, we had the snow completely disappear, and now, look, I did mention that I thought we would have more snowfall before the end of winter. And, yeah, we've definitely had more snowfall. It's almost back to fully covered again. You alright, chicken? Am I stressing you out? Right, we're going to have a peek down here and see if we can see any pearls, and if so, we'll put on the diving gear and go and pick them up. Not seeing anything initially. But we will have a good look on the way back, all down the side of this peninsula. And hopefully pick up a few more. What are we up to now? 6, okay. There's a little bit more wood here. I'll have that berry. Only got a bit of protein left. I'll grab this, grab the berry. And there's a crate, I believe. We need everything we can get. You don't get an awful lot in the crates at this time of year, loot-wise, so... Cover everything you can. Still no news on the update. Nothing from Cole Games, unfortunately. I'm really hoping, I really would love him to just put out a little bit more information now and then. Just to keep us in the loop, you know? Expect something midsummer, or, you know... Yeah, we're about a month away from the next update, or whatever. He doesn't have to give us too many details, but something would be nice. Okay, we've got this one here. Are there any more? I have to think there will be some. Let's look while we're down here. Not seeing anything. Alright, we'll carry on along the shore here. Now I built a solar panel in the last episode. We're going to do a little bit more of that, I think. I want to build up a good stock of solar power. I can see a pearl down there. You got any more? Gonna make it worthwhile. Well, I'm gonna go for it. We've only got 2 oxygen tanks left. Where did I see it? A little bit further. Down here, down here. Yeah, as I was saying, I am going to build up a lot more solar panels and power storage as well, because everything in this game needs power. It's never going to change. I'm always going to need more than I've got. Otherwise, I'm just going to be living constantly with the generator going, and honestly, that's quite an upkeep with the fat, the biofuel. So if I can power a lot of what I need from solar, maybe 1 or 2 more wind turbines. Oh, look at this. This was definitely worth it today. Then I think that's the way to go. We are pretty good on the ore that we need, the special ore, now that we've got our mining outpost. We've got 2 batches of that I do need to start refining. So we can start really working on quite a few of those blue boards. And then the only other thing stopping us really is the electrical parts. But we are going into spring soon. And that means that the loot should improve and we should be able to get a few more of those parts in loot. At least that's my hope. We've got 2 lockpicks on us right now. And if we are lucky, we might open a lock crate and there be, I don't know, half a dozen electrical parts in there. That has happened in the past. Am I hearing a wolf? What was that? That was weird. I shouldn't be hearing a wolf. I don't know what that was. Okay. I'll have a look at my food and stuff in a moment. Right, let's head back up. And I'll save the last oxygen tank for a little bit closer to where we dived in. There's some wood on the bank there. I think I'm going to go and get that. Let's eat our protein. Yeah, our protein's really low. I should probably grab this wood, stay out of the water for a little bit. Because we're very cold when we're wet. I mean, it's -2 right now, but I have nothing to improve my protein. We could run all of this back to the base and then head out and look for maybe a couple of lock crates. We've done quite a bit of diving. We have 17 pearls. That's pretty decent. Quite happy with that. We've got a wolf here. We can take you out. I don't mind when I can wash my hands in the water. I am not cracking the ice unless I'm really desperate. So now that the ice is melted, I'm much happier to just go ahead and kill a few wolves. And we'll get some biofuel refining in the wood burner. We can also top up the wood burner as well. Hi dear. Just going to stick to the shore for now. Oops. Okay. So, anything worth grabbing around here? There's a berry. There's another wolf. Let's get this. We've still got white wolves, so we haven't got any bears yet. I imagine the bears will be back very soon. But for now, we've still just got the white wolves. Let's jump across here. And we'll get back home. And we'll just check on our protein. We can follow the cable. We could have took the cable car. But I am trying to build power up, so we'll leave it for now. We did leave the generator running at the mining outpost so that we would be sure of having some power. There's a bit of wood here. Right, we're getting a thaw again, which is good. We'll grab the berry, we'll grab this wood. Now, do we have any fishing hunters? We need to be looking around now for this kind of stuff. Yeah, we might run into a hunter coming here to fish. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to building the fence. It shouldn't take us long. I think the major delay will be just the amount of wood planks we need. Talking of that, I should really start crafting those up now. And we might take a strength boost and go and chop some wood at some point, but you know, we're good. We're good for now. Right, how you doing, chicken? We got some eggs. Nice. Right, let's pop those eggs away in here. And we have some food. We could do a steak and eggs. God, it's been a while since we've been able to cook one of those. I haven't turned the other fridge on yet, but we could. And yeah, we've got room for that. Let's have those steaks. And we need a bit of water. Good. Right, let's pop all this stuff away and we'll go and have a look through the birch forest again. We've got 23 of those electrical parts and we do have enough of this to put in the refinery and make some lovely biofuel. Alright, so what else am I putting away in here? Those go elsewhere. That goes in the refinery. That there. That can just go upstairs. We can put the diving gear away for today. And I'll make some more oxygen tanks. Alright, we're up to 33. Let's get some components crafted. And we'll make a blue board. I'll grab 6 of these. Pop those away. So we'll keep on top of this crafting. How did I miscalculate that? And then in here, we've got a lot of power and mass. Let's get this on to refine. I've got 2 slots available for them to exit into. Let's grab our bacon and eggs. We don't need that right now, so we'll pop that away in there. And all that's got to go away upstairs. And we've got some extra nails to put somewhere as well. What do we want to feed the chicken? Couple of onions. Let's see. Just want to make sure it's well fed. You know what? It's probably fine. There we go. And it's actually night time, so we should probably just grab some water and call it a day, I think. Let me top you up. Shall we just have one last look over here, see if there's anything going on? Grab a bit of wood, maybe? Still got a little bit of daylight. I see a crate over there. Can't pass these up. My hands are clean, aren't they? Yeah. Now we need to remember we have that crash nearby that we could run to in the following days. I'm not seeing anything. Look at the lovely aurora. Beautiful. Right, we've got a flashlight. Well, that was pretty good day. I'm happy with the number of pearls we managed to get. You put that light on. Now I was refining some water, or pulling out some water here with the 2 mining drills. Let's get back inside. Get this light on. And this one. There we go. That's much better. So, anything we want to do before we finish? We could do another board, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, we can. Let's get that made. We'll keep on top of our mass. Let's get that cooking. And I'll put the poop, the chicken poop, in here because we want this to grow. Also, we need another light around here. I cannot wait until we get a light switch that we can have by each door that switches on all these internal lights with one click, because going around and having to turn them all on and off again is a little bit of a pain, to be fair. Alright, we've got 43 boards. We're going to need an awful lot more of those because we're going to need platforms going across plus half walls going on each platform. Yeah. So I might do another day of looting just for... Did you hear that? We've got a hunter up there. Did you hear him building? Right above us. Oh, well, they're making the campfire. That's a rogue camp because we saw the green light, which means they're rogues. So they were building their campfire right above us there. So the sooner that I can build either an elevator that goes up and then we can build a walkway across, or we just build a bridge. The sooner we do that, the better. Ah, we do have a campfire here. I'm just going to watch that for a couple of moments just to see if we get a glow stick nearby, because that could be our first hunter base. Or it could be rogues. Yes, that's our first hunter base. Blue glow stick means permanent hunter. Ah, okay. That's not too bad. This, of course, is the cougar area, and along here, and this is that pond. But they are further down. They're near that rock where they do like to hang out. We've definitely had rogues around there before, but that's not too bad. That's kind of out the way. So that's hunter, the first one, the small hunter base. And in the next couple of days, we should have the medium hunter move in as well. What's the betting that we get him down here? Medium hunter down here. And then fortress, we could potentially have in this area. You'll have to let me know what you think. So I'm saying Maplestone Grove for our fortress. We have our small hunter base in Fraser's Gorge. That's kind of a cool name. And then I think the medium hunter base is going to be in the Deep Cove Inlet. But let me know what you think. And do we still have our fire over there? We do. There's our original base. And yeah, we've got rogues there. The fortress has gone from here. Yep, so the hunters have definitely reset and moved over here permanently. So we have neighbours now. Sorry, it's a little dark, but I'm just checking what's going on. Did you see the fire up there? Oh man, we could have a look from our walkway, of course. Let me turn the light on. I do have a small light in here, I think. I can put that one on. I can climb up, and I think I've got another one in here, have I? Maybe I don't. Well, we can walk upstairs. That's something I should probably do. Is get a light up here so we can see what's going on. There we are. There they are. Hi guys. What you doing? Just hanging out by your fire. There's a snowstorm. Don't want to alarm you. I could definitely headshot that guy right now. Looks really cool though. Can't see anything else, especially not with the snow right now. Oh, I want to jump down there. Yeah, I'm going to bring a light up here so we can have some light in this tower as well. This is the tower that I'm eventually thinking, or at least considering, building an elevator in, so that'll be a nice project if we can get enough resources together. Okay, let's jump back down, and I think that's where we're going to call this one today. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.